The Baltimore-Washington Parkway is an important regional artery for over 63,000 daily commuters from my district and around the state of Maryland. Commuters rely on the BW Parkway to get to work and school every day and are more often than not subject to unsafe road conditions as a result of years of neglect. The BW Parkway has become notorious for its potholes and traffic jams. Last March, the situation got so bad that the Maryland delegation had to appeal to the National Park Service to conduct emergency repairs on the Parkway, and we are thankful that those repairs were made. However, these repairs were a Band-Aid, and it's only a matter of time until we're back to where we were last March. Throughout this process, it's been unclear to me how the Park Service prioritizes roads that experience high volume traffic within its jurisdiction. Data that my staff received from the Park Service back in October indicated that the agency assesses the BW Parkway in a state of good repair, with 0% of the miles being in poor condition. Anyone who drives down the Parkway regularly knows that this is an inaccurate assessment. Between 2015 and 2019, the BW Parkway only received $15 million in funding from the Federal Lands Transportation Program. This is in stark contrast to the $55 million in FLTP funding that went to Blue Ridge Parkway, the $52 million for Natchez Trace, and the $26 million that went to Foothills Parkway. According to NPS data, the BW Parkway carries considerably more drivers each day and yet is getting a fraction of funds from this program. In an attempt to address this disparity, I, along with Chairwoman Norton, and some of our colleagues in the National Capital Region have introduced the Commuter Parkway Safety and Reliability Act. Our bill directs the National Park Service through the Federal Lands Transportation Program to prioritize high commuter corridors. This legislation would ensure that FLTP funds within the National Park Service's jurisdiction are prioritized based on parkway use. Mr. Reif, could you please tell the committee how the National Park Service currently prioritizes these funds and why parkways that see a high number of commuters each day aren't receiving a greater percentage of the FLTP funds?
Yes, sir. Thank you. The Park Service, with their $284 million per year, first distributes those funds to each region, and those distributions are based on the inventory within each region, the condition of the roads within each region, and visitation data within each region. So that translates to approximately, and highway crashes in the region.
Let me ask you then. So I hear two criteria by region, highway crashes. Does the department consider the rate of daily traffic when prioritizing?
I'm sorry, I misspoke. Not visitation, it's VMT, vehicle miles traveled. So yes, sir, it does.
Okay. Does the department have a long-term plan to deal with the deferred maintenance backlog of parkways that see a high rate of commuters?
Well, what the money that gets down to the regional level, which in the National Capital Region is approximately $23 million per year, about 9% of the overall whole. The region then prioritizes within its needs based on asset criticality and condition of the assets and a few other factors to determine where they want to put that fairly small sum of money.
And then in terms of the allocation to the regions, is that based on daily commuter volume?
That is one of the factors, yes, sir.
To go to the regions?
To go to the region.
And then within the regions, that's another factor?
Within the region, that is a factor to distribute money to the region. And then within the region, they look at all of their assets and determine how to...
And with just a little bit of time I have left, can you tell me what metrics the Department of Interior uses to determine if a parkway is in a state of good repair?
Yes, sir. The pavement condition rating is what the Park Service uses for measuring state of good repair. They have a vehicle that has a number of sensors on it to measure rutting and cracking and roughness and a number of other things.
Just a yes or no question.
Yes,
have you been on the Baltimore-Washington Parkway recently?
Not in the last year or so since we've had the emergency fix.
Okay. I invite you to travel that and see if reality matches up with the assessment. I
Understood.
yield back, Madam Chair.